Hello, sports fans, and welcome to the Scott Sports 101 home opener, Guardians home opener podcast. And I guess you can sort of say special podcast. And we're going to talk Cavs, and we'll get to the guys in just a moment. And we'll get to the Cavs in just a sec. But first, here is today's Scott Sports 101 Major League Baseball trivia question today. Who has thrown the most career pitches on opening day among active pitchers? I'll have the answer later on the podcast. Well, for the Cavs, it could have been all the they could have been easier. All the Cavs had to do was beat the Knicks on last Friday, and they'd already have the 4 seed, but they did lock it up the other night. They would have had locked up. Instead, they began and they had the final week of the regular season, needing two wins in 4 games to secure the home court advantage in the first round of playoffs, and they did just that. And last Sunday, they checked off the first box with a 115 to 105 win over the Indiana Pacers at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. And it didn't come easy after taking a 31 to 30 lead at the start of the second quarter. Cleveland watched the Pacers go on a 13 to 2 run and hold the lead until late in the third quarter, excuse me. That stretch let uh, uh, ner- the the nervers uh, creep in for fans, but they've done as they've done throughout much of the season. When things got tense late, they turned it on, and it was their league leading 14th win, trailing entering the fourth quarter. Cleveland has its superstar Donovan Mitchell to thank. Mitchell picked up where he left off Friday night, following up a 42-point effort with just two fewer points tonight. It was his fourth straight 40 plus point game, excuse me. The team also felt the efforts of Jared Allen's return the other night to the floor as he poured in 15 points and 7 boards. Evan Mobley was dominated in the game against Indiana last Sunday. Both ends uh, recording his 24th double-double of the season with 14 points and 16 is either rebounds or assists. He registered 4 blocks as well. And while Cleveland's bench woes continued, getting outscored 41 to 21, Caris LeVert continued to be a spark plug on the off the pine, adding another 15-point night last Sunday while dishing out 4 assists. Earlier in the evening, Cavs fans were uh, pers- uh, 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 per- uh, pursued, uh, pursued, pursued Wizards fans uh, were pursued Wizards fans as they watched Washington flirt with an upset win over the Knicks. In fact, the Wizards actually held an 8-point lead before the New York Knicks outscored Bradley Bill's group 33 to 18 in the third quarter, and just never looked back in a 118 to 109 win. The Knicks had beaten the Wizards. So just three now, just one game. There were 2 games, and uh, but now there's just 1 game left, and it remains in the regular season. Cavs are trying to hold off the Knicks for the 4th seed, and they did. Ironically, the two Eastern Conference foes are on the round of the are uh, uh, our foes are on a collision course, excuse me, to meet in the opening round of the playoffs, which means clinching home court home court much more crucial for Cleveland. And Wednesday, actually Tuesday night, excuse me. Uh, and Tuesday night, the Cavs got their 50th win of the season as they beat the Orlando Magic in the first game, 113 to 117 to 113, excuse me. And Orlando led by 6, 29 to 23 at the end of the first quarter. And then the Cavs were down by one at halftime, 69-68. And then the Cavs went up uh, 103 and then 103 to 101. Actually, no, it's uh, yeah, 103 and well, they were up 58 to 59 at the end of the 50. They were down by 58 to 50, 59. They were down by one, and then they were up 93 to 91 by two at the end of the third quarter, and then uh, the Cavs just outscored them in the fourth quarter, and then they go on to win it. And Donovan Mitchell had his fifth 40-point plus game. He had 43 points, five, uh, uh, five rebounds, and four assists. Darius Garland dunked in 16 points, uh, two rebounds, 10 assists. Karis LeVert, he chipped in 19 points and three rebounds. Evan Mobley, 14 points, seven rebounds, four assists. Jared Allen, he uh, he poured in 12 points, seven rebounds, and two assists. And Lamar Stevens had 5 points. And Ricky Rubio had 3 points, uh, one rebound, two assists. And Dean Wade had 3 points, three rebounds, and one assist. So I just wanted to get that in. And that helped them lock up the first round. So they had to beat Orlando one more time. And they did last night, as a matter of fact, they beat Orlando and one more time, 118 to 94, without their starters. They rested them. And Danny Green led the way with 21 points, uh, three rebounds, three assists. CDS chipped in 19 points, five rebounds, four assists. And Lamar Stevens had 13 points, six rebounds, one assist. Mike, Matt, Mamadai Diakite, he had, to come back here on the screen. He had 13 points, eight rebounds, one assist. Isaiah Mobley had 18 points, four rebounds, one assist. Ricky Rubio, 5 points, five assists, two rebounds. And Ricky Lopez, Robin Lopez, excuse me. Robin Lopez, and he had 8 points, three assists, two rebounds, and Dean White, 7 points, six rebounds, and two assists. And they have one more game on Sunday. They will wrap up the regular season against the Charlotte Hornets here at home at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. And the tip-off is Sunday at 1 on Bally Sports, Ohio. And we now know who the Cavs will play in the first round uh, of the playoffs. Uh, and we now know who both those are games the Cavs won against Orlando were at Amway Center in Orlando, Florida. And as I said, we now know who the uh, Cavs will face from the first round of the playoffs. They will play the New York Knicks. And if this Knicks team's anything like the Knicks team we saw in the 130 to 116 loss last Friday, the Cavs will have their work cut out for them. But I'm confident they can get the win and move on to the next round. So we'll see. We will get to the Guardians in just a moment. Uh, and But first, it's time now to reveal the answer to today's Scott Sports 101 Major League Baseball trivia question. Who has thrown the most career pitches on opening day among active pitchers? You said Justin Verlander. You are correct. Justin Verlander has 1,151 pitches thrown in 12 opening day starts. And I will have a another trivia question on my next podcast, so stay tuned for that. It's the home opener. We're going to get to that in just a moment. But the other day, the Cavs took 2 out of 3 off the Oakland A's. And they beat the Oakland A's 6-4 in 10 innings at Oakland Coliseum in Oakland, California. Hunter Gaddis was on the hill for the Guardians on Wednesday. It was Wednesday. And Gaddis went 6 innings, gave up 1 hit, no earned runs, had 2 beans at bat, and struck out 4 batters. Then the bullpen went to work and did pretty well. Elijah Morgan came on in the 10th and got the win. Classy with the save. Top of the second, Miles Straw called out on strikes with 2 outs. Top of the sixth, Cam Gallagher doubles on a sharp fly ball to left fielder Seth Brown. Andres Ginemas scores, Miles Straw scores, and the Guardians had a really 2-0 lead. The Guardians had a 4-0 lead. They had scored 2 runs in the 7th. They had a 4-0 lead in the bottom of the 8th, and that's when Oakland scored 4 runs and tied the ball game at 4-4. A's Ryan Noda had a hit his first home run of his career. In the top of the 9th, Josh Bell strikes out on a foul tip with 1 out. Then in the bottom of the 9th, Eli Morgan came in and had a 1-2-3 inning, and the A's and Guardians were still tied 4-4. 2 extra innings we go. And in the top of the 10th, Will Brennan grounds out to shortstop Nick Allen. To first baseman Ryan Noda. Andres Ginemas scores. Miles Straw to third with 1 out. And then the Guardians had a 5-4 lead. Then Stephen Kwan singles on a ground ball to left fielder Seth Brown. Miles Straw scores. The Guardians took a 6-4 lead in the bottom of the 10th. In the top of the 10th, going into the bottom of the 10th. And then in the bottom of the 10th, Emmanuel Clase gave up one walk, but then went 1-2-3 and closed the door on the A's as the Guardians win and take 2 out of 3 at the Oakland Athletics in 10 innings by the final score of 6-4. Eli Morgan with the win. He goes to 1-0, and Zach Jackson falls to 0-1. And Emmanuel Clase gets his second save of the season. And right now, it is the home opener that is going on right now at Progressive Field, and it is 1-0 in the bottom of the third. And right now, it's about a third in Seattle. Then the Guardians are batting right now, and they've already scored. They took the early 1-0 lead in the first. Uh, they took the early 1-0 lead in the first, and it was Amed Rosario walk. Stephen Kwan flies out. It's a fielder. Julio Rodriguez, one out. Uh, Eugene, and then in the top of the and then in the top of the third, Eugene Suarez strikes out swinging, and then Ty France out flies out to right fielder Oscar Gonzalez in foul territory. Julio Rodriguez to third with two outs, and Jose Rodriguez stills, and he's at second base. But in the top of the first, I'll let you know right now, uh, Oscar Gonzalez struck out on a foul ball on a foul tip with three outs. And it was a wild pitch by Logan Gilbert to Amar Rosario scores, and Jose Ramirez to third, Josh Naylor to second, and that's how they got the 1-0 lead. Josh Wells strikes out on swinging with two outs, and then Josh Naylor swings on a fly ball to left fielder Jerry Klimek and Ahmed Rosario to third, and then Jose Ramirez swings on a ground ball to left fielder Jerry Klimek. Ahmed Rosario to second, and Ahmed Rosario, that's just how it started out, singled, and right fielder Tuscar Hands and Kwan took out swing, and that's how the first ended. And then there was, Gonzalez struck out. That's what made it three outs, and they weren't able to score in the second inning. And right now, it's 1-0 Guardians. And right now, Naylor is it's Josh Bell's in a hold 0-1, so we'll see if the Guardians can get the win in. And right now they can get the win this game today. Right now they are in first place with a record of 5-2. That was their record on the road. They're 5-2 right now in the AL Central, and hopefully I want them to maintain it and be back in the playoffs. So we'll see what happens. And that is just about going to wrap it up for the Scott Sports 101. The Guardian, the special Cleveland Guardians home opener podcast. I'm hoping that Mariners that the Guardians take all three games off the Mariners, or at least 2 out of 3 off the Mariners. Go Guardians! And I think fans are excited. So I'll be back with another podcast later on, hopefully this weekend or next week. But until then, always remember, be a team player each and every day in every way possible. So long, everybody. 3, 2, 1. I'm done.